Hello! We are back with part 2 of the Elseworlds, and this is starring with Arrow. So they are in Gotham City, and just a gist, and Ajashi will go in details of it. They're in Gotham City, they meet Batwoman, they get the book, they thought they were going to rewrite things, but more things happen.
Yes.
That's pretty much it, but with the other details in it.
Yes.
But yes.
So we start off with them getting to Gotham. The first thing is they get Supergirl. She stays, while Superman and Lois Lane, they leave back to Earth 38. Supergirl stays with the Flash team and Arrow, and they go to Gotham City. They get to Gotham City, and they're on top of this building that is right across from Wayne Enterprise, the Wayne Tower. They do like a short little talk about Batman, but
he's a myth.
Yeah, which Oliver believes that he's a myth, but Barry is totally fanboying.
Barry and Kara, they both believe that he's real, but like Barry's just like fanboying over it.
Here's the thing: is Kara knows he's real because Superman. They kind of showed it in little ways of the episode. Superman's dealt with Batman already.
Yeah, he's come in contact.
Yeah, he's come in contact. Superman's actually traveled to Earth 1 before, and which Deegan kind of showed that in the Flash episode. He talked about Superman. So Superman's come in contact with Earth 1 before, and Supergirl knows that Superman's come in contact with Batman. Obviously, Oliver doesn't want to believe it. Barry fanboys over, and we get a little fun little dialogue between the characters. Now, they're there to look for Deegan, in which they have like no idea where they're gonna look, and they end up getting themselves into a little bit of trouble. They get to a fight with some criminals, and they get thrown into prison.
They get bailed out
because the police officers recognize Barry as Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
As you guys know, he's the
mayor. And they also know he's the Green Arrow, the vigilante. So it's kind of like...
It's like a double whammy.
Yeah, so that's what like Oliver/Barry was trying to hint to Barry/Oliver that you can't go to Gotham City because of the face you are. You're known as the mayor and the Green Arrow. And Barry/Oliver is like, it's okay, fine. They get there and they get like cornered in the alley by some thugs, and Oliver's just like, Barry, like cool, and Barry's like boom 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 boom, busting his Oliver stuff move, and they're in jail. Yeah,
because the police officers recognize him as Oliver Queen. Now they are in jail. They get bailed out by, I can't remember her character's name.
I remember it's Cat.
I thought it was Kane. Cat Kane or whatever?
Cat King? Yeah, I remember it's K. Cat King. Yeah.
But I think but she bails them out, and she bails them out because obviously she knows Oliver Queen. She knows that Oliver Queen's Green Arrow, so there's got to be a reason why he's there.
There's a different reason too, and Barry found out. Yep, he slept with her.
Was it her? I thought it was somebody else.
He slept with a bunch of people.
He slept with a lot of people. Barry obviously makes fun of it, but they're kind of there. They're trying to figure out where they need to go. They get a tip, obviously from I'm just going to call her Batwoman because I can't remember her name. They get a tip from Batwoman. Kara gets a tip from her that Deegan works in Arkham Asylum, in which takes them to Arkham Asylum. They go there.
As they're about to go there, we get Diggle, Cisco, and Caitlin, who arrives.
Right.
And they breach over there, and so how are they going to get in? So they take Killer Frost in. And because they've taken people like that in there, so Kara takes Caitlin as Killer Frost in so that the others can just like break in. And they were able to do that, but as Arrow, Oliver, we're just gonna keep the original name. Oliver and Diggle goes and meet Diggins, and he triggers an alarm.
Yes, because he still knows Oliver's Oliver and Barry's Barry. he explains to them that he failed. That his goal was to turn himself into the Flash. Yeah.
And so by doing that, he started like freeing everyone, out of jail. So it was just like a huge fight. And so the both team goes and like fight. Batwoman comes into contact with them, trying to help them too. Right. And then we get Barry and Oliver inhaling, what was the gas?
Yeah, so they inhaled Scarecrow's fear poison, his fear gas, and for if you guys seen the TV show Gotham or any of the Batman Dark Knight series of the movies, you guys know Scarecrow's his fear gas. It makes you see your fears, but it also makes you see your enemies. And so they saw their deepest, worst enemy.
Barry gets to see who Oliver's enemy was, which is Malcolm, which is his dad's friend, who also had an affair with his mom. That's how he has a half sister, and he's also the Black Arrow. So Barry gets to see what Arrow's affair and enemy is, and then Oliver gets to see Barry and it's just reversed as Harrison Wells, Tom Cavanagh, and they're just like
fighting and they're fighting each other.
Okay, they're just like, hello, like you guys, I need a little help.
She's like watching them beat up each other to the death. They're like fighting nonstop.
She's like confused, like, hello, I need help. And so that pretty much kind of like ends, and then Kara finds out that like Batwoman is.
She's Bruce Wayne's cousin.
Yes, because X-ray vision she can see through.
But then obviously Bruce Wayne's cousin Batwoman is just as good. She learns a lot from Bruce Wayne, who's been gone for 3 years. They said that, and she learns a lot from him. So she actually deduced that Kara, that Supergirl, is Kara.
Yeah. And
Kara is cousins with Superman. So they kind of like figure each other out. But they kind of like bond in this odd bonding of, we're that cousin that is not as famous as our male cousin who everybody knows about, but we're just as badass as he is.
Yeah, so we get a little good connection between
which them. That they're probably going to be, she's probably going to show up in Supergirl. Sometime.
But so because of that happened and it failed, Deegan gets the book again for the Monitor, and the Monitor says, like, I gave you this book to, like, become the god, take over a hero, like, use it wisely. And so he does use it, and he makes changes again.
Big changes.
And we get Oliver and Barry wake up as themselves, but now they are the Triggered Twins.
Yeah, who was just some thugs. They're like thugs in the storyline.
And that ends us for part 2, which will lead us to part 3 of Supergirl, continuation, the ending of it. But
what leads to this is there's a vital part where Team Flash works with Team Arrow in creating like this lightning rod, and they're able to open a breach for Barry Allen of Earth 92.
To come in.
To come in. And he comes and he tells them, he shows up. Barry kind of loses his mind because Barry sees his dad. He sees Jay Garrick.
Or his dad.
And he asks Jay, and he's like, no. And he goes, Dad? And he's like, no, I'm Barry Allen. And so he tells them what the Monitor did, which obviously Cisco, he explains it's the same thing what Cisco saw. So with that, the Monitor obviously can see them, because he's the Monitor. He shows up and takes the book away from them again.
He takes the book from them, and he sends...
Yeah, he gives right back to them.
He sends, the other Barry Allen to, a different Earth. He just, opens a portal, a film,
so
he disappears again.
He has the powers he has the powers of Cisco, and he just breaches them into a different dimension, and he sends the book right back to Deegan. And that's when Deegan rewrites it entirely. So
that's so weird. I'm sorry to Batman fans, but I know who Batman is. I know his story. He's just too dark for
Everybody
me.
knows the story. It's so well known that it's
He's
almost...
just too dark for me, and the only recollection of memory I have was a little kid watching the one, the very, very old one where there's the penguin guy and the poison ivy lady. But like...
Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, and then
Puns.
like never really cared, and then like when, you know, meeting Ajushi, he loves Batman, and like I had to watch Part 2 Batman to understand Part 3 Batman before it came out in theaters. And I was just like, dang, I like his Batmobile. like his gadget, that's all I care for. And when we started watching The Flash, the nights we watch The Flash, we watch it. But like the night of Gotham, I'm like walking into the living room. My dad's sitting there on the couch watching Gotham. I'm like, oh my god, my dad is watching Gotham on TV, and I'm like, oh my god. But like he doesn't, like when they like do previews like The Flash, he just like switches the channel. Like I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care about The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, DC.
So,
it's like Gotham. I'm like,
so
oh.
for some really cool Easter eggs about this second episode, they show that in Arkham, they obviously say Arkham Asylum exists, and I had to actually kind of do a little bit of research about the names that they showed on the cells, the doors, and the names are Batman villains. The actual names of the Batman villain characters, the Riddler. I believe one of them is Mr. Freeze. One of them is this other blob guy. Pretty much they have like all the big ones except Joker. Yes, they don't show Joker. So it's a little interesting that they didn't show Joker because they kind of make it like, oh, does he exist? Does he exist or not exist? We all know he does. But more so, what they did was they showed that the Dark Knight movie series made by Christopher Nolan, so Christian Bale's Batman is Batwoman's cousin. He's the actual Batman that left, which is cool because they're essentially saying that the movie, the Batman movie, and Earth One with Barry as the Flash and all these guys, they're all in the same world. So he's gone, and she comes up as takes as the moniker, which kind of makes sense. Him disappearing, she kind of explains he left because of the strain of Gotham City, kind of made him leave publicly, which kind of like does happen in The Dark Knight Rises. Bruce Wayne disappears publicly. He disappears. So which is cool. And then we got like this little cool part in there where they show when Stephen Amell's wife, she's playing the character of Mr. Freeze's wife in
he brought his wife.
Yeah, and so she's trying to look for like this chemical because she'll die. So what Mr. Freeze did was he froze his wife so that she wouldn't die. So she's, now that like her chamber's done, they unlocked her chamber. She's worried, so she gets the gun. But what we got to see Bane's mask, and it is the exact same design of the Dark Knight Rises Bane, which kind of tells you, yes, Bane's dead. Bane's dead. If not, he's in Arkham Asylum, and he's locked away, and they took away his mask. So it's kind of cool to see that they're essentially the CW guys essentially saying, yeah, Dark Knight Batman, Christian Bale Batman is our Batman, and it just so happens he's gone, and his cousin, she's gonna take over as Batwoman. So that's kind of like the coolest Easter egg part of that one. Aside from the fact that the guy with the golden mask, I forget his name, but he, according to the comic book, to this comic series of Crisis on Infinite Earths, he's actually like one of the main villains. So we'll kind of go into that on the third part. He got out, and then like Batwoman came and like kicked his butt and threw his ass back into prison. Well, more like Oliver did as the Flash. He kind of like grabbed everybody really fast and threw everybody back into prison. So that's it for part 2, and then part 3 continues with Supergirl.
And yeah, it comes to an end for Elseworlds crossover in part 3.
Mm-hmm.